This is the demo for our basic circuit and the analyzing of that. And this is our basic UI where this is our overall current. This current is only displayed later on. I currently have a few messes in here, but this is our calculator button. This is the remove track bar button, and all of these will disappear once you start the app, but they're just layered on top of each other because of the way that the spacing is. And this is also the track bar for the source voltage with the default value starting at 4. So at the bottom layer here, there is a checkbox that is asking if the user wants to move from a 3 resistor circuit to a 2 resistor circuit. And in the code, if that is checked and the removing track bar checkbox is not checked, that means that we are moving to a 2 resistor circuit. There is a checker where if both of them are clicked at once, we are not allowing that, so we make the circuit with 3 resistors visible while making the one without 3 invisible. This is the code for the track bar where we're tracking every single value, and when it's changed, to make sure that the voltage value changes with it. And when the user clicks calculate, there are a bunch of checks that go through depending on which calculations we are doing, whether it's for a 3 resistor or for a 2 resistor, or eventually if it's just a power calculation that we're trying to do, or a voltage source. There's just a bunch of calculations here. This check change method is for whether the user has clicked the remove a track bar checkbox, where if they do click it, we need to remove the track bar and change the rest of the layout and the images and make them visible and invisible. And on the inverse, if it's not checked, reset everything back to normal and bring back the source voltage. Then this is for each resistor value that the user can input themselves, as well as the power value, where we're making sure that the user only inputs numbers instead of it being alphabetical characters, which would break the code. So let's give this a test run. Okay, our app is now loaded, and you can see that the designs and the layering, it looks a lot more clean now. So this is the checkbox to remove the third resistor from the circuit. We transition to a 2 resistor circuit, and the calculations are a lot more simple. Here we can click to remove the track bar, which we are now calculating for the source voltage, where the user can input the power in watts. You can also see that the other checkbox is removed in this case. And if we click them both at once, the remove R3 and then the remove track bar, we still go there, but when we come back out of this, the remove R3 is now unchecked for us. So let's move around with the source voltage, which changes real time. And let's put in some default values. And in this case, you cannot write in the voltage text box at all. So let's calculate it, and it tells us our voltage 1, voltage 2, and 3, as well as our overall current. So let's go to just a 2 resistor circuit. Let's change up the calculations a little bit. As you can see, the voltages change and our overall circuit as well. So let's try to remove the track bar here. We still do have the 3 resistors, but in this case, we do have an extra current calculation down here. And for the power, let's just say 5 watts. It'll calculate the current up here, current over here, as well as all the voltages, and it will also calculate the source voltage for us.